Oh man, sorry guys. I clicked the wrong button and can you guys try to join back into the studio? Yo, Total Mafia, what's going on? I really apologize. I wanted to cut off my cell phone feed and I clicked the wrong button. This is ridiculous. I apologize. How you doing? Do you want to join the show? So let's just wait for the others to come back in, and hopefully they got my email and they can join. Again, I'm a rookie at this live stream. It's not easy for me. I'm learning as I go along, and I do appreciate your patience. Oh, I mucked up. I mucked up pretty bad. Oh, sorry, Niles.
No, that's all right, man.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button. It's like
Oh, is that what happened?
Ben, you're sabotaging us.
I know.
Thought this was going to be a professional setup, but no.
I know. I was trying to cut off my feed from my cell phone, and then just use the laptop.
You said you're a teacher, right, Ben?
Yeah, I am.
Do you teach audio and video, or what do you teach?
No, I definitely don't.
What I mean?
Like, oh my god, that's terrible.
So I said no. Ben is a teacher, and I said, "What does he teach? Audio and video and things like that?"
No, just kidding.
Yeah, welcome to the roast of Windcharger. Let's go.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
All right.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
So where were we?
So we were. Our conversation went off the proverbial Moon Studio rails, and but no, you were telling us about your favorite figures in your collection, and you had gotten to DX9 Gabriel and MP20, the plus version of that. So
right. So it's like for myself, I know we were talking about Constructor, and I like that. There's some line details on Gabriel, but it's still tune accurate in my opinion. Pretty tune accurate, So
the amazing thing is though,
I think we can play a bit of balance,
Yeah.
DX9, everything they make, every product they've ever made that I own, phenomenal.
Yeah, I hope they come back in some iteration, or their designers were going somewhere else. I don't really know that much about it, but look, the more third-party companies that are putting out good products, I think we all win. I mean, ultimately.
Yeah. Competition is good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
okay,
maybe that should transition us into our next topic as far as most anticipated MP for 2022. And maybe we should just combine this with the top wish list for 2022, because speaking of third-party companies, a lot has been revealed over the last couple of weeks, and obviously seemingly X Transbots and Fans Toys are leading that. So maybe Ben, since you've been off and back on, maybe you want to start this part of the conversation then.
I think what I'm really anticipating could be if Fans Toys releases it in 2022 will be FT Jive, Fans Toys Jive. If they come out in 2022, yeah. Or I think I'm more hyped up about the X Transbots MX22 Commander stack. I think that I've got MP22. That's like my first official Takara product when I got into the hobby at 2014. But man, it's too big, it's too tall, it's too bulky. And I think Commander stack with this articulation, you know, I mean, you can do the Iron Man pose. I know Pig hates the Iron Man pose.
Yeah.
But oh man,
what are they asking for that now?
$209, I think.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's not that bad, actually.
It's not bad, but like it was. I don't know. For me, it was. Look, again, Magnus isn't a great character to me, so I don't know. $200 Magnus, but yeah, it probably is gonna be a hell of a lot better for sure.
Does that also come with the internal white Optimus Prime, or is it just, or do we just fold up the cab and they just put it in his torso like a Zeta Toys combiner?
I don't know. I've only seen the
we don't know. Yeah.
Obviously the official photographs that they put out, and then from one of the TF cons, I think Toy Dojo had taken some pictures of it, so couldn't really tell.
I think Boris might know because Boris, you know,
that's right.
He has connections with all these third-party companies.
Yeah.
He might know because he fixed the arms, you know, in the pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
He was looking like
images of it in vehicle mode though.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now. No way that there's a actual Optimus Prime in there. Like no way. Like just if you look at it now, it's too wide. It's still just the legs are too weird, and there's one shot from where you can see his shoulders and his neck, and you see bits of the trailer actually sticking out a bit. So it's I think you just fold them up in a cube and just put it into the Magnus armor.
Cool.
What are they calling that thing?
Commander stack.
Yeah.
Commander stack, right. I want to see if I
the Robot stack.
Yeah, that's right.
In terms of wish list, I every year I wish for an MP Devastator. Every year. And I got a good feeling that this year we will get a reveal from another third-party company.
So hopefully for the big broadcast of 2023, we'll you know.
Wait, you say you got a feeling. Where are you getting this feeling from, dude?
Just got a feeling, you know. I got a feeling.
I think Ben's like my internet goes out and then he goes get all the information.
Yeah.
He has Fans Toys and Takara on. He has to get off to make
speed dial.
Yeah.
He walks out of his apartment building down the street.
Yeah, you know. Wait,
like he's next to the Fans Toys office, basically.
Yeah,
the street.
I'll be back in a jiffy. Oh yeah, my internet.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Ben.
I will grab a prototype. Hang on. There was that one which appears like a scam that Masterpiece Devastator, which is based on the New Age one, like with an upscale. Did you guys see that one?
That's true,
from that. I forgot what the company was called, but it's like they only released like some poorly photoshopped images of the Devastator.
That's not the one. That's not the one.
Okay.
I don't think that's the one I'm anticipating.
Like an upscale version of like the Magic Square or the New Age.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the two. It was poorly photoshopped. They made the wheels green so that it appears more tune accurate, and then they just doubled the length of both Scrapper and Mixmaster, like the legs. They just put one bit out and put it on top of the other, and then just made them taller. And it's like MP scale sizes like this, like 50 centimeters, like the standard Zeta Toy World combiner height, and a toy tune accurate and the best thing ever and affordable, and it's coming out August or something this year. And I'm like, And the foreign people are like, You probably want to accept need full pre-order payments. Yeah.
But wait, what company is it? Because Magic Square always gets gets KO'd by what? Mech Fans Toys or something.
Yeah.
Right, and then what's the other one? There's the one that does the New Age ones. I can't remember what the New Age one is. Mech Fans Toys, look, they're not. I mean, like I got the oversized Megatron. Oh no, so wait, is that Mech Fans Toys? Whichever one it is that oversized the New Age one, and that's a pretty decent one.
Cool. Yeah.
What about?
I put the link to the forum thread in regards to it from Vectron Lab, and he called it the Devastator. Devastator. And if you just open the link, you see a picture of him on the first. I'll also throw it in the main chat so people can actually.
I'm afraid to touch any button on this screen, man. I might get kicked out again.
Yeah. You're like, let me turn my front-facing camera away. We were like, no.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't hit the button.
What is it called? Vectron Lab?
Yeah, Vectron Lab.
Yeah, it's not easy to upscale toys, from Legends all the way to MP. That's ridiculous. You got to fill in all the fillers, all the gaps that's not engineered.
Plastic has to be thicker.
Yeah, it's not easy. If they can do it, kudos to them,
Yeah.
I don't believe it. It's presented in such an odd way. It's just, you look at it, you're like...
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's poorly Photoshop thing. They just made the legs taller. They made some
barrel so long.
Yeah.
It's just this is ridiculously long.
Pre-order summer 2022.
Yeah, I have doubt. I have.
Yeah. But hey, someone will get it. What's that guy's name? Golden Gen will probably get it early, and then we'll know.
Right.
You guys seen Golden Gen? Is it Golden Gen?
Yeah, Golden. I know the one you mean, but it's not. That's Golden Jet. It's Golden.
It's ZHGN. Golden Gen.
No idea who that is.
Oh, dude, he gets like literally everything like really super early, and you get to see it's like, and he's hilarious. I'm not even really sure what he's saying most of the time. He goes too fast, even in the closed caption. But man, does he get excited about stuff?
That's good. All right, what about you, Niles?
Oh, me. I don't have jazz in my collection. For me, all the Transform and Roll Out, the Make toys, the Zeta / Toy World, all of them have different things that I like. But honestly, Jive is probably number one for me. Awesome. Also similar to you, Ben, that the Ultra Magnus definitely. I wasn't too much into Ultra Magnus, but I like his character from IDW, so definitely. And third would be the combiners from Fans Toys. Even if it's just a release or of new renderings and things of that nature, I would be very, very happy with that. And then in regards to just a wish list, if I had to pick an actual wish list, I think a glaring hole is the Headmasters. So I know that we have Chomp coming. I know that we obviously have the Decepticons will be filled out by Fans Toys with Weird Wolf and Mind Swipe or whatever the name is, but I would like to see a whole new reimagining of the Headmasters. Again, it's not my favorite team group, but I just think that giving the evolution, as I was saying earlier, of where figures have gone, if we look at the Starscream molds and the Secret molds, it'd be really interesting to see how Headmasters get combined and then maybe put in the alt mode into the cockpit or whatever. So that would be a wish list for me. And I hope X-Transbots and Fans Toys have all these releases this year. So that would just be my general 2022 statement.
That's really good because the Headmasters right now, the whatever's on market, it's very toy centric. If you look at the designs, and I know that later on the toys and the tune were kind of the same almost, but there's still a bit of differences. You know what I mean? Like whatever we got on the G1 toy and what we saw on the tunes, there's still a bit of differences. So I think there's still some wiggle room there for that inspiration to come from.
Definitely.
What about you, Little Dutch?
Most anticipated. What I'm really looking forward to, I'm going to just freak out. I may just, Ben, when this thing comes out, I demand a live stream review so we can celebrate its glory. We're getting the Fans Toys Hannibal or Cerebros in June, July somewhere. I'm getting that. And the rumors, if they are to believe, that the body of Fortress Maximus will be released at the end of this year, as in November, December.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. Of course, Fan Story is gonna Fan Story, so you never know what will end up being reality.
Wow.
But I have two of them in pre-order because I'm a fool like that. I love City Bots.
How is that? That's going to be.
Have you gotten a new mortgage?
Yeah.
Doing?
It's just,
those are like having two new roommates or something like that.
It's like some people get a dog. I get Fortress Maximus. You know. Just,
well, at least he doesn't talk back.
He's so big, I can put him on the couch behind me, basically, when I have him. Like, it could be like, yeah, he's watching TV behind me. He's having a good time. No, but
Perceptors.
Perceptors. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the Tesla. That's the 2.0. I have that on pre-order. But yeah, that's my most. And of course, if they make any more combiners, I'm all for it. Combiners are my main focus. That's the reason why I got into collecting.
Really?
I didn't buy any of them beyond combiners. And at one point, it's like, oh, the Dinobots look good. Oh, that looks good. And then you know how it goes. You go.
Do you have Constructor?
I do. I have the version 2, which is great. I bought it when it was released at the time. It was $350, which is just. And if you look at, yeah, exactly. I see March being like, what? Yeah. Yeah, no, it was Show Z at the time. It was the one who also had the because it's a bit of a skinny boy. You get like fillers for in the underneath the in the torso and in the back. He's fantastic. He's absolutely. I mean, I get what people are like. Yeah, I want Fans Toys or X-Transbots to make a Devastator masterpiece. I get it because they're just you can't get them anymore. Those the version 1 and version 2. Those are the good ones. All the other ones with different colors and the paint jobs. They're falling apart. I've seen so many forum posts.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't touch it. It was on the shelf. And and
have you seen Perspective End's review of the cell shaded version?
No, I didn't see that. Yeah.
Have you ever seen his reviews?
No.
Because that dude, if you want to watch a guy lose his shit on he's like every single reason, like, and he talks super fast. So you got to put it down to like 0.75 speed so you can catch up with what he just bitched about. But man, he just goes off. He does not let go.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's I can grab Constructor if you want to see him, but I just you can't get him on a secondhand market anymore. It's insane how expensive he got. But yeah, I know that the cell shaded version, the paint was so thick that you couldn't even combine it. Like they just the ports were just because the ratchet of the shoulder itself wasn't painted, but the shoulder of there was the hook, which is the part of the Devastator. That was painted. So there was one guy who was selling it second hand. I saw it, and he had in his advertisement like, I've sanded down most of it so everything actually fits together. Yep, I'm buying quality right here. It's just and of course, it was like $900 or something silly.
Wow.
But like I said, Fortress Maximus, bring it on. It's going to be $1,200, $1,500, something like that. I don't care. I moved house last year. I have a new spot for my Transformers. I actually made sure there's space from the shelves to the ceiling to fit like all the Fans Toy City Bots because I want Metroplex, I want Trypticon, I want their Scorpion.
Right.
This guy is hardcore. I'm sorry, like he doesn't do anything half-assed. Apparently, I'm gonna start collecting Transformers. What are the most expensive Transformers I can collect? Yes, let's go with that.
Yes, I know. Sign me up. I'll take.
Yes, sign me up. Yeah. I would.
Luigi said that he liked updated Rodimus Prime, so I think that's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
Carrie is a good fill-in. I really like the DX9 Carrie. Like I said, again, DX9. All their toys are fun to play with. And the only problem I would say with that is a little bit of articulation. It's small, but yeah, we could use a new one.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I agree. I don't even have a hot rod. I did have a KO Takara, And then I had it's funny that when the pre-order from Fans Toys, I don't even remember what they call theirs anymore, but
Hoodlum or something like that.
Yeah, Hoodlum. Yeah, you're right, Moisha. I I missed the pre-order for it, and then I was like, forget it, and I just haven't been able to, get it on the aftermarket at a price that I like. But yeah,
Do you
definitely.
want
I think
mine?
sure, send it over, no problem.
All right, we'll talk because I have no need for this thing. It's literally just gathering dust. I don't want to transform it. I don't want to do anything with it.
All right, so we'll talk offline, man. That's perfect. My wife was actually born in Israel as well, and
no shit, cool.
In Carmiel, yeah. So got
we're
all international here, which is great.
And it's totally trippy because the new guy that just started working at my office just moved down from Carmiel.
Oh wow, no way. That's
a tight little circle there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
All right, so go ahead.
What about your wish list or most anticipated?
Look, I got to be honest with you, because of the Toy World Prime debacle, I'm really hoping for this magnificent, whatever the hell it's called, Prime. Have you guys seen that?
Is that
from
Bumblebee movie Force Prime? Or?
Yeah, the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. There's a new one coming out that is apparently, please God, let it not be as bad as the Toy World, because I have to have that figure transforming.
Oh, that is there's so many. I get confused with the movie companies, to be perfectly honest. Let me see if I can.
It's on Show Z, Magnificent something or other, or I don't know. That's on pre-order. I don't even know how much I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay it. Damn it!
Magnificent Mecha MMO1 Optimus Prime.
Yeah. That's the one right there. Yeah. I mean, look, it looks like it might even be a reworked Toy World in a way.
You can't keep them. You can't tell them apart anymore. I mean, there's like last year there were like
movie.
I don't
know anything about.
No, but the movie primes, like honestly, of all the movie primes, they were all either Studio Series upscales, or there was that movie prime that Toy World put out that actually sort of looked like it. The Masterpiece, please, the Masterpiece movie prime was terrible. It doesn't look like it, and it doesn't even transform into a truck. It transforms into a cab with legs.
I like that.
Yeah.
Any other figures, Moisha, that you're
I don't know, man. I'm just always open to anything new. I mean, actually, no, you mentioned a couple of them. Jazz was one. Yeah, the Fans Toys Jazz. I'm interested in seeing that. I like my my Make toys. I got a couple of those. One for the office and one for the house.
Oh,
and I like that one mostly because it's the only one that the chest compresses. Because I love that gimmick, right? Like the whole point. Like I always saw Jazz as like kind of like a what am I looking for? The football running back.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like a running back physique, right?
Yeah.
So that one was the only one that was worth it to me. But this Fans Toys one looks interesting, and I would please like to see a decent cliff jumper and not the Takara one.
Yeah. Someone in the comments, Mr. Xenomorph, just mentioned that as well. Yeah, it's funny because they had the reveal Fans Toys for Parkour, and that looks really, really good. First of all, I think Fans Toys have been nailing their mini bots, right? So I would love to see that. And then, we see these pictures start surfacing, right, of this supposed Takara. I mean, it makes sense, obviously, because the Bumblebee,
it's a couple of remolded parts.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. So that makes sense that they would do that. But for me, I again, I want to see the next evolution of the cliff jumper, because I think all the ones that we have, MMC, help me out here. Ace released one.
X-Transbots. That's the one I got. Yeah.
Yeah, the Helion or whatever it's called. So, and all of them seem to have, different type some of went for the real world alt mode, right? Which made them have like larger backpacks and stuff. And it seemed that the Parkour one and the Takara have that more like penny racer, like compressed, deformed style, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think that would be excellent. And it seems like such a staple character. not that it's at the forefront of stories, but Cliff Jumper has been in the Bumblebee movie. It's been in some of the.
He's always there.
He's always there,
and
right?
The poor guy always killed.
And he always dies, right? So
I'm saying I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, like, okay, he was a little bit of a shit back when we were in the 80s, but like I didn't think he deserved to die in every movie since.
Yeah, I think maybe that's a little bit of hate to Casey Kasem.
Yeah, maybe original voice.
Maybe I don't know. The Hasbro's like, hey, we gotta kill him. We gotta kill this.
Well, they did kill off pretty much every Casey Kasem character in that first 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Prowl and Blue Streak and who else? And eventually they killed off Teletran 1, for fuck's sake. Well, like when they did that in like season 3 or something like that. Like,
right.
Why? What?
I know. What did he do?
I know.
I mean, like, okay, you took my childhood and you beat the living hell out of it, but then you took ashes.
I'm going to be a bit contrarian and say that I don't like the Fans Toys Cliff Jumper. It's the chibi look. I get why. I get it's a tune. I get that they built them literally modeled after penny racers. I understand the thing behind it. I still don't like it. I want like I said, the Warpath from Fans Toys. Actually, it's tiny, of course, because it's a mini bot. But the tank mode looks like it. They're like, that's a real Sheridan. I have no idea about tanks. I don't know anything about them. But I'm like, that looks like a real tank. And then I look and I saw the Fans Toys one. I'm like, I can literally put a penny in the back of it. That's really how it looks. And I prefer real world alt modes.
But how are you gonna make it work though? Because the car's gonna be smaller than the other car bots alt modes, right? And it's just weird. Like you put X-Trans bots Toro next to another MP car bot, and it's just out of scale. It's so whack.
Yeah, if they make one, I prefer like if they use a car like they had Cliff Jumper in Transformers Prime, like those American Chargers. Like I'm like, I can see it with the horse in front of the hood. I'm like, that's what I'm like. If you could, like, I just need representation on my shelf that looks good. I don't need to particularly be a slave to a cartoon which based its roster on toys from 5 different toy lines. It's just
maybe they should make Cliff Jumper out of like a Fiat 500.
I'm game. Like, I mean,
right?
Volkswagen
the right size, it would be a small and penny racer looking car.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, like a rally car kind of thing.
And you can even take like the roof and make that the canvas roof, so that part of the transformation, the roof just disappears because it's a piece of fabric and folds up.
Yeah, that works.
I'm going to get on that right away. I'm going to start 3D printing.
Yeah, I know. Get on. Let me know how that goes. I mean,
right.
No, of course, but I'm saying this, but I'll end up buying it anyway. But just because
all right.
Fans Toys.
Have we talked about our favorite toy company for 2021? Because I was in and out the whole time.
We actually, I don't think we did. So we could start on that. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Moshe, you want to start off first?
Well, I'm looking around right now, and I would have to say probably because the only one that I could identify would probably be Black Mamba, simply because they've put out a lot of good, cheap figures that have filled a lot of holes for me. I mean, obviously there have been some great figures from all the big brands, but I'm looking around now, I'm trying to remember. Like, all my favorite figures that I picked up this year are actually KOs. It's funny as hell.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like this guy was at Shozy for $40, the oversized, oversized Bumblebee. Like, there's the original. And it was $40, and I'm like, all right, I'll pick up one. And the thing gets here, and I start playing. Now, this thing is a brick, all right?
Wow.
There's die cast, and it's got rubber tires. It's like this big, and you put it down, and I'm like, within 5 minutes, I went back to Shozy, and I ordered a second copy.
Wow.
Like, just like that.
Whoa.
All the KOs that we've gotten are pretty decent, pretty decent quality. I actually didn't get it yet, but I should be getting it soon. The oversized KO of the Transcraft movie.
Yeah. Right.
Apparently fixed everything, because mine also, within 3 transforms, all the pieces were breaking off. But I should be getting that hopefully this next week. And so honestly, I think the KO companies really did it for me this year.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What about you, Ken?
I want to say Fans Toys for being the old reliable, because I've bought most of my figures are Fans Toys from previous year, and this what I got for them. It was great. It was just all great. I couldn't see. Of course, there's always something to complain about or like, oh, this is not exactly blah blah. But I'm like, yeah, everything I bought for them, I enjoyed it. I loved it all. But my surprise one is still Deformation Space. That's just because they surprised me. Fans Toys doesn't really surprise me anymore. I'm like, yeah, it's Fans Toys, it will work.
True.
You know what you're getting.
So I have to ask you a question about the Deformation Space, though.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered the Thundercracker.
Yeah.
The Skywarp, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
It shows up, and I'm like, all right, cool. I go to Shows the thing, and it's now $144. And I'm like, I don't know if I need it now. I mean,
that might be because of the wing fillers. I'm not 100% sure, Moishe, but originally when most of them
comes with the backpack thing already?
Yeah. So when initially, like on Terry Wong's site and Shozi and a couple of others, here in the States, they're selling the Deformation Space for $200. But when they
$200?
Yeah. I mean, some of them might have it for $179 now.
But, I can hear my wall groaning in the background. It's like,
right.
Oh my God.
So initially when they went on the Chinese pre-order sites, they were $130 or $133 or something like that.
They're cheap over here.
Right. And then as they started coming, the price changed because they announced that those wing fillers were coming in with them. So like my Starscream I got for $135, and I have Thundercracker has shipped already, and I was notified that it's coming with the wing fillers already. So I believe that's why there is the price difference.
All right, so I'm checking right now. I just signed in.
But I'm looking at
been sitting there for a week waiting for me to pay for it. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm looking at Shozi right now, and Starscream is $145 as well. So they raised prices. I think originally was like $129 or something.
Second picture in the thing shows you the backpack thing and the wing fillers.
Okay, yeah. So
I can show you the backpack, of course, with the wing fillers.
Yeah, let's put you on the spotlight.
So you really think I should get that? You really think I should get?
You should really, if you want a Seeker, Masterpiece Seekers, get these. Like it's still, even at $140, it's still $100 cheaper than these official Takaro one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
these they're great.
To fill out my set, I've always pretty much decided I'm going to either go with the KO or the Eagle for just to have a set of the three. But I still have my Meteor, and I guess I'm going to now hit. Yeah, I'm going to pay my thing now. Thank you for helping me clear that up.
No problem, man.
Pay and I will have one that works nice and works nice. It's a bear to transform, but it looks like fun.
And Danny Jet also has the Mastermind Creations. I bought the reissue of the Combaticons this year. I sold them all because I'm like, they're very nice. They just look way too cartoon accurate for me. I'm getting annoyed by how I'm like, it's just, and there because I wanted to display them separately instead of Bruticus, like combined, because the Bruticus is oddly shaped. It's too short. It's like the limbs are too big for its torso. It's the gorilla arm syndrome. So I got them individually, and I placed them on the others. I'm like, it's just the Onslaught has weird, it's like little tiny legs with a very large, tall torso. It's but Mastermind Creations, like the Eris that I showed you, the female Decepticon. That's
that I missed that, man. Oh, I looked at a review came up, and I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. I want to get that. Yeah. Oh shit, sold out. There's
a reissue coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, in different colors, darker, more in line with Tarn. Because
this
one
like
was
that.
A bit lighter.
I like that.
Yeah, but it's only through their own website, so you need to keep an eye on that.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah, you can't buy anywhere else one of those exclusive things.
All right, I've got a Skywarp.
Yeah, mine is in the mail as well. I just haven't received it yet, but I'm getting it probably next week. I'm so glad to have the trio complete, and then hopefully cone heads. I mean, everybody is ready.
I think this is going to be a very slow year for them. I don't know. You think so?
Well, they have those not quite Masterpiece train bots going on.
Yeah, what an embarrassment. Oh my God. It's like Unicron. You just like okay, how could you even go through with this plan? You're going to put these out when Moon Studio is putting these out. Like, regardless, go ahead and knock out Moon Studio and, legal and all that kind of stuff. But don't put out a worse product. You just look like fools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's an interesting point what they're trying to do. I feel like they want to build a 50-inch. Is it 50-inch?
No, it's
50
not.
centimeter. 50 inches is way too big. 50-centimeter combiner, right? Takara wants to do that.
No.
But I think when they engineered it together, they did the prototypes, it did not work. So they had to say, we got to scale it down. So they created this freaking stupid MPG line. They know that their combiners will not be stable at 50 centimeters, which could also explain why Fans Toys, like why they're slow in churning out the combiners. I don't know. I'm just speculating here.
It's a matter of engineering. There's physics involved here, right? What is it like? You can't just scale a mouse up to the size of an elephant. You know what I mean? Like things are built differently as you make them bigger.
Isn't that Raiden of theirs supposed to be like Devastator size? That their Combiner Wars Devastator, that kind of size, like around that with Chuck?
I have no idea.
I thought I heard something like that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I'm not in either. I just clearly they were made with train mode in mind first, and then everything else was just like, oh, it's fine. Just, because
they're doing that now also with the Honda City as well. It's like, you know what I mean? They're like going for sponsorships almost. Like
right.
But I think I really enjoyed this toy. This skids. I think this would be my most surprising purchase. It doesn't look too accurate, but once I had it in hand, man, it's so fun. So
right, it looks like fun, right? I was thinking of getting it just because it looks like fun, but I have no need for the character. But it looks like fun.
It's so easy to transform, and it brings us back to the good old days, where things were easy.
Back in my day, right?
Back in my day, we just went chick.
I know, right?
Back in my day, we were happy. You had a stick, and I broke it, and it transformed into a boomerang.
Exactly.
If I liked skids, I would have bought as well. It looks good. It looks like skids. I mean, it's him. I like the style. I'm just not in on Raiden. It's never because I'm from the Netherlands. We never got the all Japanese Transformer things here.
Yeah, we didn't get it in the States either.
I'm on it, Danny. Don't worry. I buy toys. We buy toys together from Shozi because then you can get like a bulk deal going from them. So that's why we buy things together. So I have his Thundercracker waiting for you here today. So he's luckily he's a patient man who can take it.
I have to find somebody over here in Israel and clue them into Shozi as well, because there's a Transformers community here sort of, but I don't know, people are weird.
People are weird, weird and scary. There's a very small one here as well, but
What about you, Niles? What's your favorite toy for toy company for 2021?
Toy company, Fans Toys and Deformation Space, same as Kenneth. I think that Fans Toys obviously had some sort of delay with the combiners or problems, and to me they stepped up and they said, okay, here's some reissues, right? Here are some new figures, and I think pivoting like that is very, very important. And like we talked at the top of the show, to me the Deformation Space really, really knocked it out of the park. So I have to say those two. And look, we were just talking about Make Toys. Sometime during the pandemic, they had released a statement on their Facebook or their Weibo or something like that, saying that, hey, things are all right. The last Seeker, the Fire one or whatever, didn't get crowdfunded, but don't worry, this is what's coming down the line. And I wish them well. I like their company, but you could tell that whether it was contracts with factories, who knows what happened, they've been radio silent. And I think companies like someone mentioned it in the chat about X-Transbox, having like a terrible run with their cup and saying this is what happened. Yeah, this is perfect. But listen, you communicate. You come out of the gate with the next figure. It's no big deal. You know, our community seems to have a short-term memory, right? So that there's
there he is.
2.0.
I'm so happy I don't care about cup, otherwise it would.
But you know, I saw, for me, it's definitely fans, toys, and deformation space, and you know, I think X-Transbox has to be included in there with all their renderings at minimum that they've released. So yeah, I'm very excited for this upcoming year. The last 3 months of reveals for me has been like, talk about the good old days. I mean, you remember where it's like, okay, reveal after reveal, and you know, that got everyone excited. Like, to me, that's excellent. So those are my companies for 2021.
Yeah.
No.
I might even pick up an Omnibot. Who knows?
Yeah, right. No.
Fioravanti is coming out soon.
Which one is that? That's the red Ferrari racer.
Yeah.
No, I was actually thinking, just because of nostalgia's sake, that the one they have of that Toyota XR something or other hatchback.
Yeah, right.
Because a friend of mine had that in high school, and I'm like, you know what, that'd be cool.
Right.
Like, he had the car in high school. Like, that would have been a really cool little car model to have, and also transforms.
It's got 3 modes, right? 3 modes.
3 modes. Yeah.
I think for myself, my favorite toy company for 2021, you know, after the fiasco with Lock, they really took a step back, changed it around, got better at communicating with fans, had a lot of reveals, you know, gave us basically a fixed toy without any cost, and they have cheaper prices compared to fans' toys, and I don't seem to have problems with pre-ordering X-Transport stuff. So I really appreciate that, you know, and they've got
because fans' toys, like, just like, you hear something's coming out and it's already sold out.
I know. I think fans' toys needs to change that. You know, I don't know what they're trying to go for.
I think it's getting better. I mean, I think that's getting.
Yeah,
you can still buy a Soundwave. You can still buy the tapes. You can still buy a rig. You get the Huffer. I mean,
I don't think anyone wants them as much as the others.
No, that's true. But you can. I mean, Soundwave is one of the big 6. I mean, you would think that everybody would be just jumping on it, but I can go online now and buy a few Soundwaves.
Yeah. Well, when I first started collecting, you know, a lot of the figures like Skyfire, for instance, they're Jetfire. When I first started collecting, I was like, I guess I'm never going to get this figure unless I pay, like, you know, eBay price or something like that. And then shortly, I don't know, 6 months after, the X version was released, the painted one, the regular version. And, you know, I commend them for reissuing it. Like, you know, I think it's great that Fans Toys has a really strong following. You know, they absolutely do, and they should. But a lot of the times it was like, you know, well, they don't reissue them because it's exclusive or this or that. I mean, look, it's none of these are. It's not like our MP figures are our 401k or retirement, right? I mean, they're going to add value, right? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm so happy for someone that could get a stomp for $250 or $270 instead of paying $600 for it. You know what I mean? So for me, the fact that they did reissue became, you know, something very good, and I'm glad that they are available. So I agree with Kenneth that I think that whatever it is, the production runs or whatever the case may be, is that it seems to have stabilized a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. They did start reissuing a lot.
I bought my Insecticons last year, the reissues.
Yeah,
I didn't have those before. Yeah, good. I mean, they were still almost double in price, which I'm kind of like, that's kind of scummy, but okay, better than paying $300.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always been a Fans Toys.
Yeah, and I like that X-Transbots have started to give out early copies to, you know, reviewers to have a look at them. So,
right.
They're going back to the
disappeared for
old way. Yeah, they're going back to the old ways, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's very, very smart. Yeah, that they're just sending it directly to reviewers and everything. I think that's fantastic. You know, it really is, and it's transparency, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it gives you. I have faith in X-Transbots and Fans Toys. Make Toys, like, I don't. You know, I don't have that.
Yeah, they're MIA.
Yeah, and I wish they weren't. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with them. I consider them dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fact or not, but I said I
But
had.
wait, aren't we still seeing some of their products showing up again here and there?
Yeah, they were promising the
two
heads,
remaining
right?
cone heads. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were.
No, but I'm talking about like reissues of other their products. Haven't I been seeing them on sale here and there?
Was it the last one, that Starscream
yeah.
of theirs, which was like 6 or 8 months ago?
Was that the last one? Was that the last one?
I could be wrong, but I think that's the last one.
The Jazz,
Oh yeah,
the
the Mach-E Toys did an acid storm of the of their Seeker mold, which was released not that long ago. Come to think of it, and you're right, Kenneth, that they released their Meteor with some blast effects and things like that as well. So that wasn't that long ago. So you're right.
So wait, so for me, when I see them do stuff like that, that means they're trying to get some money together for something. So they reissued a couple of things to get some money because they've already sunk all the cost of making the molds. They just put out a few more, even if the quality isn't amazing, but it gets them some money so they can move on to the next thing.
Right.
Yeah, and I forgot they even did this, but they also announced the Galvatron, which I'm looking at right now.
Mach-E Toys were really?
Yep, I will throw you a link.
What?
Yeah, I'll just look for it. If I go for the link, I'm screwing everything up. And I'm an IT manager. Don't laugh.
I put it in private chat, the link for the Rioter Galvatron, as they say.
Oh right. They're like what is that? Like their alternate universe thing.
No,
it looks it's a very stylized version, but it looks very much like Galvatron. Is this alternative universe? I'm not sure.
Yeah. They've got this like I got the what do you call it? Their Prime. What's it called? I'm not finding it here. Rider Galvatron.
While you're looking that up, I'd like to say hi to Dr. Diecast. I don't really know Dr. Diecast, but I see him in a lot of other live chats for reviewers. So just wanted to say hello. And regarding your questions about Mach-E Toys and Bad Cube, I don't know. I think, Mach-E Toys and Bad Cubes are interesting that you bring them up because they're two companies that haven't really released anything new. But Bad Cube, released their Grump, which was, very hard to get for a while, right? Huffer and both versions of their Insecticons.
Yeah, they keep trickling stuff out.
I have a soft spot for Bad Cube. I've always liked their stuff.
I love their stuff. I just wish they'd make the plastic thicker. That's the only thing. And one more thing, the pins. I'm always afraid. Like you have to slide something across the pin. I'm like, it's not gonna work.
Right.
No,
but
I
don't think they're from the
my
same
favorite
factory.
character, and that's the best sideswipe representation I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I have it.
Oh, the Bad Cube. Yeah, I told you.
I don't think they're from the same factory because the plastic formulation is just way too different.
Yeah.
I have nothing for Bad Cube, but I like them more because they reissued their figures in a time everybody's like, oh no, things are double expensive because Corona and shortage of plastic and things. And Bad Cube's was like, here are molds that we sold for the same price 3 years ago for $2 more. And I'm like, if they can do it, why is Fans Toys asking double the price for the Insecticons? But then I think with more about it, I'm like, oh wait, because they can.
Yeah.
Fans Toys be Fans Toys.
Yeah.
But you can totally pick up their side stuff.
Yeah.
That I think is probably their best figure. Yeah. Well, no, that's not true. Their mini bots are much better.
And as Rule said in chat as well, but Bad Cube Red Alert still very nice. Transformation not fun, but they look fantastic.
Right.
It's not unbearable. Let's put it that way. It's a little bit floppy at points, and it's got those little Bad Cube slides that no one likes. But yeah, I mean, come on, you can't even compare it.
Security director.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, the plastic is yellowing, I think maybe a slight bit.
Really?
But I love the articulation. Look at that. I mean, back in the days, he could do a knee stand pose.
Yeah.
Kneeling pose. Then these are back in the days, I think that engineering is pretty advanced for the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Ben, we're at almost 50 minutes, which probably means we only have another 5 or so minutes. So, do we want to select maybe 1 or 2 topics before we say goodbye?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've all covered our topics. So maybe we can go for any viewers who want to share or ask any questions.
If they do, you got to post it up so I don't see them.
Yeah.
But we can also in the meantime speak about how you see the future of this hobby.
That's right.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, Legends is gonna keep filling out because it's essentially the masterpiece market nowadays.
Yeah,
right.
It's the same,
same price.
Yeah, and the same price. It really is.
Like, here's a Legends Optimus Prime. That will be $80, please. I'm like, oh.
When I saw that Devastator from New Age, I'm like, oh, I want to get that. I'm not spending $300 on a Devastator that fits on my desk.
Right. No, well, you're right. I mean, if you look at what are the products being made, for the most part, I mean, it's definitely that scale. For me, it's not something that I'm necessarily interested in, but non-transforming Transformers seems to be another niche that's coming out. And
I hate the fact that I've been getting some. Like I got the 230 movie ones, and I've got a couple others I can't think of off the top of my head, like model kits and stuff like that. And I got to say, I love my Transformers, but some of these figures, I just want the figure. You know what I mean?
Well, for full disclosure, Moisha, out of the 4 of us, I probably transform the figures the least. So I'm definitely critical like that. It's like I'm buying the figure and I might transform it 2 times a year. So, but nevertheless, you still know it transforms, right? So I think that's where the hobby will go a little bit. Then you just get these, things like crowdfunding for HasLab, right? The self-transforming, the Unicron. I think you might see more items like that, that are kind of milestone pieces that are interesting, because the well is semi dried up in MP. And then lastly, I always think, how do these companies get more people involved or marketing it? Because, for friends of yours that you have that don't collect, they usually see your collection and they're like, that's so cool. Like, what is it? So that doesn't mean every single person's going to get involved, but and I think for the smaller companies, it's probably capacity and costs, right? Like they're only going to make so many in a production run. But I'm always curious as to what, from the manufacturer side and the company side, what they're doing to attract more of the fan base. And that seems to be going with the Bayformers and now non-transforming Transformers possibly. So, that would be my 2 cents about that.
Yeah, the Bayformers, like Ben doesn't follow the movies at all. Like he's not even interested.
I don't know.
And I hear that, like the Bay movies personally, Michael Bay bent over my childhood and did some nasty things to it. But look, there were some really cool designs in some of them, and I say designs more along the lines of, like, for instance, I really like the NPM movie Prime, the original one, and all of the just because of the fact that, like, because I like to transform my stuff. And when I transform that MP movie Prime, like the from the first few movies, right? And you get it right together, and you're like, damn, that looks damn good. Like, you know what I mean? It's a model car, and you put it up in the robot. That's pretty impressive. And some of them, like unique toys. I mean, come on, what's that? Their Lockdown. It's still, whenever I want to show off Transformers nowadays to anyone who's not in the Transformer game, I go, here, let me watch it. Let me show you something. This is black magic. You're not going to see any of the car when I'm done. And it's a robot, and there's no car left except for the back of his calves. You know what I mean? And people's minds are blown. That kind of, like, wizardry just always. Yep. If you can make it complex but still work, I'm probably going to buy it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not into Bayforms, right? Because I'm a former movie critic years ago, and I'm exceptionally critical when it comes to watching movies, because I've seen a lot and I know what to look for, so when I watch a movie, whatever it is, I'm just like, oh, this is very nice, and so I'm like, oh my god, and just the Michael Bay movies. I understand they were very good for the Transformer hobby as a whole, because they put it on the spotlight, they generate a lot of money. Thanks to the Bay formers and the Michael Bay movies, we actually have all the stuff we have right now. So I'm thankful for what the effect it had. And I know I have some nephews and nieces who are like completely, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
They only know it from the Michael Bay movies, like, oh, it's so great, and I love it. And then I show them the Generation 1 cartoon Bumblebee, and they're like, what the hell is this kind of thing? And they're like, that's not Bumblebee. That is Bumblebee. And I just bleed on the inside. My heart just goes like, oh,
That's not Bumblebee.
Yeah. No, but so I understand the role, but I'm not into them. But I have someone here most anticipated. We have rules that like Fans Toys Bandit Menasor. Yeah, I'm in your camp right there. I will just I'll open the bottle of champagne when that thing finally gets delivered. Holy crap.
But what I have to ask though, even if you're not into the movies, the Travis Knight, the Bumblebee movie. How did you feel when you watched that movie?
I loved it, to be honest.
Right?
I think, it touched upon a couple of things. I mean, the beginning definitely has that War for Cybertron feel, which give me the whole thing of that. They appeared to be more G1, but like, Kenneth was mentioning earlier about, having detail and lines. So
practicality,
practicality. Right. So I like the character molds of it. And then, obviously it kind of goes into the story of, mimics old stories of like the Iron Giant and stuff, and the relationship between that. And, I have
done so well.
And I have 2 kids, and I watched it with them, and, they realize that, the Bumblebee that I have on my shelf is different than this Bumblebee. And, they see it at their friends talk about it. So, but overall, I like the feel of it. Right. So I'm all fine for a reimagining, right, of the storytelling of anything that is G1, and I think they did it in a great way.
I like the Bumblebee movie. It just as soon as the humans came back in the frame, and like my mind just went, "Where's my phone? I'm gonna read Twitter." Because they don't. The main character that the girl gets to treat Bumblebee like a pet, which also kind of annoys me.
Right.
And like it's just I understand why it's kid appeal, and I get it, but I'm still like it's like first you see him kick ass, kill Blitzwing and such, and then he's like, oh, he's making a mess of the house. Look how cute he is right now.
I thought that comedy could be a little more. Not too childish, like,
Yeah.
Well, but hold on. I have to say, in defense of that comedy, I have to say, the whole movie was 80s cheese. That was the whole movie.
I mean, you're right. It's almost like
it was totally in
it's a love letter to the 80s, right? I mean, it references the Breakfast Club and things of that nature. All of the music, the soundtrack. So you're right, And you're right now that you're saying that, and I think that G1 is, I mean, for the story of Transformers,
it's 80s cheese.
It's 80s cheese, So I definitely think you're right about that.
It was.
So since we're going a little bit off topic, and I don't know how much time
sorry.
we have, but
I
not
stay as
at all.
long as necessary, so I don't mind.
Yeah, no, me too. So the photo behind me, I'm tired of Bumblebee not speaking. I agree with you. Or you should talk TV.
Who started that? Which was the first Bumblebee that did that? Was that the Michael Bay?
The Bayverse. His voice was,
at least the Night movie gave us some explanation for it, like for
right. Yeah,
true.
But the lithograph over to my right is a band called the Cybertronic Spree, and they're from Canada, I believe, but I saw them, a couple of months ago, and that was my favorite experience of 2021 because,
you saw them live?
Yeah. I'll put a video.
Oh,
I didn't take this video. This is from their own website, but
dude, if you haven't seen these guys before, if anyone in this hasn't seen this, what is it, the Cybertronian Spree or something like that?
Cybertronic Spree, yeah. So
Cybertronic Spree. These guys are badass.
They perform
awesome.
They
perform in costume as like all of the movie.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly, Ben. Yeah. So I had a fortunate time to see them, and they're touring a little bit again now in the spring, pending COVID doesn't. I live in New York City, so there's a lot of people, so sometimes things get shut down. I know, but I got to see them recently, and that was my best experience of 2021 because I got to see something in person, meet some cool people, and just see good, even if you're just not a fan of Transformers, but music, that was really cool. So that was something on our agenda.
I'm jealous.
Completely jealous, dude. Next time, I gotta get convinced them to somehow come and play in Israel. I don't know how.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, Ben's gonna do their audio for them, so we'll make sure that we have the international stuff.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Next time, this stream start is sponsored by NordVPN. Just goes offline constantly. And I'm like, well, this may not be the best kind of advertisement. Also, we have somebody asking if any one of us is into the MMC Decepticon Justice Division line.
Oh, you know what? I would totally have gotten into that if I had known what it was before it was already coming out. Like I found out about it afterwards, so I didn't have enough love for it. But like when I first saw Tarn, I'm like, wow, that's a badass character. Who is that? What's the story behind all that? And then the other characters as well. It's like a whole interesting bunch. And if I had been into it, at any point in my youth, I probably would have definitely picked them all up. But yeah, because they look, especially the MMC figures are all of them are high quality.
Yeah, it is. I know that Danny, like, he's a friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Kenneth froze up.
See?
Oh, okay. I thought it was me.
Anyway,
the hour is up.
Hello to the Comic Relief Crusader as well, too.
Anyway, our 2 hours are up.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun doing.
Hey, Comic Crusader.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So Ben, we wanted to thank you because we love your channel. You have one of the most creative review channels with putting the figures. Even RC likes it. Bots Gone Wild. All the things that you do are really creative. We like the news. We like the way that you review. Very, very creative. So keep up the good work, and we'll be following you. And if you want to do this again, we're down for sure. But thank you. I'll let you close out, Ben. I just wanted to thank you, of course.
Thank you. I want to thank Niles, Moshe, and Ken for joining in. And without you guys, you guys reaching out to me and allowing me to do what I do, to be friends with you guys, this would not have happened. And I really, really appreciate your friendship. And I feel like this thing, these things that we're doing now is bringing us closer, and we got love for the franchise. We may see things a little differently, and that's a-okay, that's a-okay. So,
absolutely.
Appreciate everyone out there. Maybe next time someone else can join in, and just have fun with this, just have fun with this. And that's it for now. Dutch, Moshe, do you guys want to close up with anything?
Just to say God bless to everyone all over the world. And I thought it would have been cool if we got Deluxe Baldwin on here in the middle of this.
Next time.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll get Bobby Skullface on here one day, and we really made it big.
I wanted to play a prank and get the Bobby Skullface mask and wear it to me. I couldn't find it. I googled everywhere. I'm like,
down.
I'll be like, welcome everybody.
Call my lawyer right now.
Yeah. Ben, and people like, Ben really has connections in the community.
All right, y'all. You want to close up with, Ken?
I love doing this. It's fantastic. I've done such a thing for in the gaming and movie industry years ago, but dropped out. And now I'm back. And as far as I...
Dun, dun, dun. Tune in next week. Yeah.
He was so excited, Ken, that he spontaneously combusted in happiness.
This has been a really truly international broadcast. You know, we've got people from the east, the west, in the middle,
four continents,
everywhere.
I'm back. Here I am. Sorry.
There you go.
My Wi-Fi was every few months, every now and then. It's like, I don't want to work properly, and then it does it for a day, and then it works fine again. And of course, it had to be today.
Now, of course, right?
Yeah. So I love it. Thanks to Ben for the chance, the opportunity to also speak to him in actual real life instead of through a chat like this. This is amazing. I love it. I can't speak high enough about it. And hopefully next time, if there's a next time, we'll have more cool stuff to show.
Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you for all the kind words. Sorry, it's very hard to get an international chat.
Yeah, with your VPN, I can understand.
Yeah.
That's right.
6G will fix the problem.
Yeah. Starlink.
VPN. I hate my VPN.
Yeah.
I know I'm struggling. But anyway, see you guys. Maybe we'll do it sometime. Maybe it will be 2023. Who knows, right?
Yep.
Let's just get the ball rolling. Thank you guys.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you
take care.
for joining in.
Bye. Thank you
guys.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.